我要感谢2024年布达佩斯第14届世界大会 Neurotalk 的组织者邀请我发表演讲，透过神经标量波衍射光栅中的神经波光学实现神经生物全息数作为针对精神电子战的防护。
I would like to thank the organizers of the 14th Annual World Congress Neurotalk 2024 in Budapest for inviting me to give a speech Neural Bioholography via neural wave optics in the neural scalar wave diffraction grating as protection against psychotronic warfare. I'm the author of the fundamental theory of wave optics in chromosomes as wave crystals 1985 and the refraction code Bioholography technology and the founder and president of the Wave Genome LLC biotechnological company founded in 2010. We are approaching the open phase of the global psychotronic war. The psychotronic war is the war conducted by the psychotronic devices for the purpose of gaining mind control of the enemy. Mind control implies the ability of the read and write access to the mind, known as synthetic telepathy. The offensive psychotronic devices use the wide spectrum electromagnetic waves from extremely high frequency to extremely low frequency and the wave interference patterns of high frequency and low frequency. The features of the open phase of the global psychotronic war are as follows. The psychotronic war is now conducted from the satellites in breach of the national borders and national security agencies. The psychotronic war now is the strategy of the full spectrum dominance for the total mind control globally. The binary biological war and the cyber war are the components of the psychotronic war. This means that the pharmaceuticals, and especially injections, have now components essential for conducting the psychotronic war. Let us call these components as psychotronic inducers. Psychotronic inducers inflict the structural damage in chromosomes, including in the brain. Psychotronic inducers are of three major kinds. The first kind of a psychotronic inducer is the introduction of the homologous nucleotides. Introduction of the homologous nucleotides is harmful on its own, resulting in the effect of the destructive RNA interference, leading to the mental deterioration as a precursor for the mind control. Also, the introduction of the homologous nucleotides can be used for the addressed gene silencing in the paradigm of the destructive RNA interference, making the mental deterioration hereditary. Craig Mello and Andrew Fire got the 2006 Nobel Prize for the discovery of the effect of the destructive RNA interference. They took RNA from the C. elegans worm and gave it back to the worm, and the worm died. The worm died because the superfluous nucleotides had destroyed the precisely calibrated wave optics of worms' chromosomes, the structure of worms' chromosomes. And the structural damage in chromosomes is the major cause of disease, including neuropathologies. The effect of the destructive RNA interference causes the autoimmunity when the immune system attacks itself in an attempt of getting rid of the superfluous nucleotides. After the immune system destroys itself, this results in AIDS and encephalopathy and finally the prion disease. Thus, the binary biological war is a necessary precursor for the psychotronic war. The enemy hopes to gain the full mind control while first cognitively impairing us. The second kind of the psychotronic inducer is the introduction of chemicals into the environment and the human body that increase their conductivity. These chemicals are the biocompatible conductors that make a human body more accessible to the mind-controlling psychotronic weapons of the electromagnetic nature. The third kind of the psychotronic inducer is the combination of the psychotronic inducers of the first and second kinds, thus allowing for targeting the individual selectively. Graphene or ferritin magnetoprotein with virus vector delivery enhanced electrophysiology is the application of electromagnetic signals to the brain for mind control and remote regulation of gene expression by low-frequency radio waves or a magnetic field in a paradigm of the intravascular or else brain-computer interface. The combination of the viral vector with its homologous nucleotides and the biocompatible conductor makes possible to target an individual man in a crowd, to target a specific gene for silencing, to target a specific area of the brain, to target a specific organ in the body, to target a specific ethnical group, and to combine the attack via the binary biological weapon with the attack via the psychotronic weapon. The psychotronic war is conducted via tags. Each human is tagged for the selective psychotronic attack. The concept of the tag is now transitioning from the bodily variables to the bodily implant to the neuro implant. Thus, the Starlink is inseparable from the Neuralink, that is, the system of the psychotronic satellites on the low orbits operates via the individual neurotags in humans on the ground. Alas, the mind control psychotronic attack becomes more evasive. It cannot be detected by the national telecommunication system, since it is conducted from satellites independently of the national telecommunication system. And the mind control psychotronic attack can be so narrowly selective that it could hit only one man in a crowd. Moreover, the satellite system of the psychotronic war operates by the system of the smart city, making it even harder to detect and repel. We should understand once and for all that the smart city is the tool of the psychotronic war. Biohacking and mind control are conducted via every retransmitter in the smart city, including house appliances, transforming the Internet of Things into the Internet of Bodies. The Internet of Bodies in the smart city is conducted above and beyond the national telecommunication systems, the national state, and the national security agencies, and moreover, above and beyond the self-consciousness of a man, above and beyond his will. The goal of the psychotronic war is to download and upload memories, real and fake, to erase and create personalities as avatars, to impose thoughts, intentions, norms that are contrary to the interests of the national state, the family, and the specific individual, to make the entire population into the totality of the Manchurian candidates. This is the ultimate goal of the offensive psychotronic war. So protection against psychotronic warfare is the task number one for neuroscience and neurotechnology. My company, Wave Genome LLC, develops and produces devices for the protection against psychotronic warfare based upon my fundamental theory of neural bioholography via neural wave optics in the neural scalar wave diffraction grating. Clients had reported the radical improvement in the cases of voice to skull and the directed energy weapons attacks and all other kinds of psychotronic attacks. Wave Genome LLC psychotronic protection devices eliminate psychotronic tags and psychotronic inducers or greatly decrease their harm. Psychotronic protection devices by Wave Genome LLC are the generators of the form, both analog and digital, large and small size, electrode-based wearables, and digital bioholographic pharmacies for producing the scalar wave diffraction grating modulated by clients' individual refraction codes. I had pioneered the notion of wave optics over biohologram, thus interpreting a biohologram from the point of view of refraction. Wave Genome LLC was the first company in the world to offer the individual modulation of the scalar wave via client's refraction code in the unique wave optics of a specific biohologram. Wave Genome LLC had pioneered a large-sized med bed, Ra sarcophagus, and the Ra helmet based upon the laser operating bioholography. Also, Wave Genome LLC offers electrode-based chip structured on nano level via laser by client's digital biohologram, modulated by various modulators, including stem cells. Second, digital bioholograms of healthy physiological systems, of stem cells, and of pharmaceuticals for the holographic pharmacy, H-pharmacy. Third, HoloNet, holographic biointernet for the remote treatment. Wave Genome LLC is the first company in the world to use the individualized electrode site generators for the psychotronic protection. Wave Genome LLC is the first company in the world to code electrodes with clients' unique wave matrix, to process clients' wave matrix as a biohologram, and to handle this biohologram via laser. The world is 93% energy and only 7% particles. Thus, protection against psychotronic warfare consists in creating the generators of the form that produce such energy structures that are capable of annulling the psychotronic attack. Energy exists in the linear dipole structures and the self-sufficient tetrapole structures. Tetrapole energy structure wave crystal is a scalar wave that annuls any linear dipole signal when the peak of the forward-going wave is annulled by the trough of the same wave when it is reflected back upon itself. With the consistent trigger signal, the coherent wave corresponding with its wavelength to the size of the resonator, each segment of the scalar wave itself becomes the scalar wave, from micro dimensions to the macro dimensions, and vice versa ad infinitum, forming the scalar wave diffraction grating. This means that there emerges the refraction of wave optics towards the focus of the wave crystal, the zero center of the zero field quantum nonlocality, one and the same for chromosome and galaxy. Refraction means that the initial signal changes its frequency when it is refracted through the scalar wave diffraction grating and is annulled in its every segment. All these frequencies of the same signal coexist simultaneously in the scalar wave diffraction grating. So the scalar wave diffraction grating yields a new signal, the holographic signal or the zero signal. Holographic signal contains inside itself the infinite number of waves, frequencies, particles, and fields. This explains the nonlocality of the scalar wave diffraction grating. Thus, the crystallization of the wave crystal media is the emergence of its bioholographic quality. It is because the scalar wave diffraction grating is nonlocal, is scaled into the macro and micro dimension. It is used to transfer bioinformation instantaneously and remotely at close and long range. The holographic signal makes it possible for any systematic whole to exist, that is, to transmit information remotely and instantly between its parts and between any part and a whole. The holographic signal is the structural quality of the signal, that is, the holographic signal is the scalar wave diffraction grating with certain wave optics of refraction codes. According to the transhumanist Internet of Bodies, the individuation is arbitrary and is forced upon a human specimen via wave modulations. Meanwhile, the Internet of Bodies mind control paradigm is the gross misunderstanding of quantum physics. According to the implication of the holographic principle formulated by me in August of 2012, if the universe is entirely in its every matrix point, this means that every matrix point is not simply different from any other matrix point, but is unique. So every matrix, wave matrix, by hologram is both non-local and unique. So the individuation of the human mind cannot be granted or taken away. Every non-local and unique wave matrix has its own refraction code towards the one and only zero center focus of the quantum nonlocality, one and the same for chromosome and galaxy. Thus, the protection against the psychotronic attack consists not simply in creating a scalar wave, but in modulating it with client's unique refraction code. Also, if we have two copies of the same unique wave matrix, we can transmit information remotely and instantaneously between these two copies, since they constitute one and the same systematic whole in the quantum nonlocality. Thus, instead of a vague term quantum entanglement, I offer a term refraction entanglement. The fractal theory of bioholography cannot explain how fractals can be both identical and unique. Only my theory of refraction entanglement can explain how fractals can be both non-local and unique. If the scalar wave diffraction grating is non-local in time and space, it is the only means to annul the extremely low frequency and the extremely high frequency. It is also the only means to manage the biosystems remotely. The wave crystal is like the Russian doll, which has inside itself the smaller dolls, each one inside the bigger doll to the infinity. This means that man, the state, and universe are within each other, according to the holographic principle, which states that the universe is entirely in its every matrix point, from the tetrapole wave crystal of DNA to the tetrapole wave crystal of theta brain waves, in which only the regeneration and clear vision are possible. The psychotronic attack is conducted via the destruction of the wave crystal on its every level. Thus, the protection against the psychotronic warfare consists in restoring wave crystals with certain bioholography on every level from micro to macro dimensions. Between cell division cycles, chromatin exists in non-coherent state. But during cell division, chromatin gets literally crystallized, forming two chromatids, which form a chromosome. The structural coherence of the chromosome determines its functionality. The chromosome consists of two chromatids combined together in the X form. The two chromatids intersect in the center where they exchange their genetic information. The same gene gets expressed in the functional individuals and species via metacentric chromosome, and in dysfunctional individuals and species via acrocentric chromosome. Metacentric chromosome are the X-shaped chromosome with two arms that are equal in length. Metacentric chromosome is similar to the equally sided cross. And acrocentric chromosome is literally half of the metacentric chromosome. Acrocentric chromosome is a chromosome with two arms that are not equal in length, meaning that acrocentric chromosome exhibits gross asymmetry. Metacentric chromosome is analogous to a well-centered and focused eye crystal, while acrocentric chromosome is analogous to the myopic or farsighted eye. Ability of chromatids to exchange information and to regenerate and replicate in general depends upon the specific geometry of chromosome structure. If this specific geometry of a chromosome is violated, the chromosome loses its ability to regenerate and replicate. The same gene in apes is expressed via acrocentric chromosome, and the same gene in humans is expressed via metacentric chromosome. The same gene is expressed via acrocentric chromosome in the wild horses, which are similar to donkeys, and by the metacentric chromosome in the domesticated horses, which are superior to wild horses in their mental and physical abilities. Children with Down syndrome differ from normal children via presence of extra acrocentric chromosome. Only because female gender chromosome is metacentric, a woman is capable of childbirth, and only because male gender chromosome is acrocentric, a man is incapable of replicating childbirth. So male chromosome is acrocentric, degenerative and dysfunctional, and female gender chromosome is regenerative and functional. Clearly, the acrocentric chromosome is the result of the destruction of the metacentric chromosome. Literally, it's splitting into halves. Evidently, Y, male gender chromosome, which is acrocentric, is the result of degeneration of X, female gender chromosome, which is properly metacentric. Humans are water for 85%, but because the universe is energy for 93% and particles for only 7%, the human brain and our chromosomes in particular are the liquid crystal media for 7% and wave crystal media for 93%. In order to restore the structural coherence in the chromosomes and brain's liquid crystal media, during or after the psychotronic attack, we need first to restore the structural coherence in brain's wave crystal media. I have created the notion of the wave crystal media or wave crystal, a crystal consisting of waves, in 1985, long prior to anybody in the field of bioholography, in my fundamental theory of wave optics and bioholograms, including the chromosomes and the brain at large. Crystals are the manifestation of the principle of the spatial translational symmetry. Spatial translational symmetry makes possible the centering and focusing of the wave crystal media. Wave crystal media is a scalar wave. I argue that the scalar wave is the underlying principle of everything, from physics to biology, from a chromosome to a galaxy. The scalar wave is the nature of singularity, independently from time and space. So my fundamental theory of the neural wave optics, neural bioholography, is based upon quantum physics and singularity as quantum nonlocality. Singularity as quantum nonlocality is achievable at any point of time and space via centering and focusing brain's wave crystal media. Human learns from inside himself, not from outside of himself. Human learns instantaneously and remotely via connection to the quantum nonlocality zero field. Through his connection to the quantum nonlocality zero field, a human gets the unconditional access to the unlimited knowledge. I argue that brainwave crystal media gets crystallized in the process of its connecting to the quantum nonlocality, the same wave as chromatin gets crystallized during cell division. Moreover, brain's regeneration depends on its connection to the quantum nonlocality and so on the effectiveness of its crystallization. So brain's regeneration and connection to the quantum nonlocality, remote and instant learning, happens when brain becomes a wave crystal with the centering and focusing of its tetrapole scalar wave diffraction grating. Centering and focusing brain's wave crystal media is produced by refraction in the scalar wave diffraction grating. Successful everyday functioning of a human is possible only when all the brainwave states are present simultaneously as modulations of the scalar wave diffraction grating. So the basis of brain activity is the symmetrical scalar wave with asymmetrical modulations. The direction of all brain activity is towards making any asymmetrical modulation as a trigger into the symmetrical refraction in the scalar wave diffraction grating. The scalar wave becomes the dominant in the theta and delta brainwave states, in which the instant learning and healing happen. Each of wave genome's LLC psychotronic protection devices function as a lens, helping clients' chromosome center and focus during cell division. These lenses can each have certain optics like microscopes and telescopes to deliver specific bioholographic information. Wave optics of Wave Genomes LLC psychotronic protection devices is similar to how our eye functions, changing focus depending on the shape of eye crystal, that is refraction in the diffraction grating. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you health and prosperity. Bye-bye.